I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought I was done talking about Jason Aldean and the Triple P. I thought I already wrapped him up with that one, but it seems like I'm gonna be having to talk about him again. Now, while this is not a Triple P, this is something that definitely needs to be addressed. So many of you probably have seen the video that Jason Aldean, when he was doing his video for that raggedy song, Try That in a Small Town. And if you haven't seen it, I don't fault you for it, but many of you probably already have. And in the video, he was showing various images of things going on in what was supposed to be America. And I say that loosely. Now, some of the clips in there were from here, but according to this person or these people they call TikTok sleuths, apparently a lot of those videos came from places overseas. And not only did they come from places overseas, a lot of those videos are years old. When I say years, I'm talking about some date back as far as 2013. So you're talking about some of these videos are 10 years older, some maybe even more. And he threw them in there to make it seem like all of the stuff was happening here. A lot of them were saying that they didn't even happen within the last couple of years. So you have videos from overseas and they're old too. And you threw them into this video and you're talking about small town and it's supposed to be representing America. I'm telling you, the internet is undefeated, but let's go ahead and get into it. I'm reading this article from Insider. Jason Aldean's newest music video praising American small towns features multiple clips of protests outside of the US, including Canada and Ukraine, TikTok sleuths discovered. Aldean's Try That in a Small Town, applauded by conservatives like former President Donald Trump, depicts images of people burning American flags and police confrontations with protesters during the 2020 Black Lives Matter protests. Aldean sings about protesters spitting at police and rails against perceived criminals that carjack an old lady at a red light. He also references a gun his grandfather gave him and invites people to try the types of activities that he imagines would fly in the city in his small town to see how far they can make it down the road. However, Destiny Stark, a content creator and activist based in Ohio, pointed out much of the footage in the video is from nowhere near the small town in America that Aldean fantasizes about defending. In a series of TikTok posts posted Thursday, Stark uncovered multiple instances where stock footage is employed in the video. In one example, a woman flipping off protesters is a clip from Germany being sold as stock footage. In another video, Stark identifies what she believed to be footage from a 2013 protest in Ukraine. So the consistency of Aldean's video is that he's protecting his small community from rioters and protesters protesting the police. You would think he would actually use footage from America, Stark said in a TikTok. You know, it would be difficult to protest your small town in America from a festival taking place in Berlin, Germany. Aldean claimed there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage when responding to the backlash to his song in a statement on Twitter posted Tuesday. Multiple outlets also uncovered that multiple clips featured in the video originated in Canada. One clip appears to be from the 2010 G20 protests in Toronto, Rolling Stone reported. Stark told Insider she began looking into the protest footage on a hunch. After discovering the stock videos and international protest footage, she felt it was imperative to educate others on what she had found, even while dealing with what she called vile comments from Aldean supporters, including death threats. Now, before I go any further, one of my subscribers had said that they thought that it wouldn't be a good idea for me to post that Triple P about Jason Aldean and him having that heat stroke and then the washout at one of his concerts because of backlash from trolls, because apparently they posted up something on Twitter about him. I forgot what it was in reference to, and she said for like 2 days straight, them trolls was literally hammering, napalming basically her comment section for like 2 days straight. And I think at the time that she sent me the message, they were still going in. And if y'all haven't seen it, the views on the video that I did on Jason Aldean, the Triple P that I did, that thing did numbers within a day. And it's been a while since a video that I posted actually did that. And the last time I saw it had like 430 comments. I'm willing to bet a lot of those are probably trolls. I'm not entirely sure, at least the ones that I get notified from. they weren't trolls. These were people either subscribed to my channel or people who just came across it because the algorithm was working that day and it sent the video their way and they commented how they felt, but it wasn't in a troll-like way. So I haven't really gone through and looked through all the comments that it was there. I'm willing to bet it probably is some troll comments there, and just like I'm almost willing to bet it might be some troll comments coming this way too. But guess what? I embrace, hey, the trolls come over here, but I'm just saying like this. If I see the troll comment, then I'm just gonna just block it. That's really, at this point, that's all I can do. When dealing with controversial political issues like what protesting looks like in America, I think it's really important to make sure that we are consuming truthful, accurate information, Stark said, because the alternative is consuming misinformation, which has the ability to instill fear and paranoia that leads to situations where young people are going to protest in towns they don't live in, armed with rifles they're too young to own, to protect property they have no relation to, and that fear can push people to do impulsive, irrational, and dangerous things. I thought that was a very interesting quote from Destiny, because I'm gonna just respond with this. They don't care about truth. They love to say that we act on emotion. They're acting on emotion. Like this young lady put out clips showing that Jason Aldean used imagery and videos from other places to push a narrative that's supposed to be going on in America, and these are years old clips. They said from 2013 and 2010, so you're talking about 10 and 13-year-old videos that you add into the narrative when he didn't even have to do it, but he did it. And you can't say that he didn't do it because he had to have some kind of creative control over the creation of that video. And also, by the way, and shout out to Jason Black on TBA for pointing this out, the courthouse that they shot this video in front of was apparently a location where a black man years ago, decades in fact ago, was lynched in front of. You can't tell me they didn't know that. Usually when you're looking out for a location, you should do a history check on where you're going. But yeah, apparently that's also the case as well. But yeah, going back to her statement, these individuals don't care about the truth, especially when it comes to us. Look at what Rhonda Snowflake and the Florida school board is doing down there in Florida right now, trying to rewrite history as far as slavery, talking about how black people benefited from it. Make sure y'all, if y'all haven't done so already, to check out the video that me and Rob recently did, the collab that we did, breaking that whole thing down. The pro-gun ultra-nationalist anthem and accompanying video garnered criticism online after people pointed out that it was filmed at a courthouse in Columbia, Tennessee, where a black man named Henry Choate was lynched in 1927. Well, there you go. And I'm saying eons and eons ago, it was almost 100 years. Some people are still, who were probably around back then, who are still alive. Gun control advocates and scholars of racial violence say the video contains promotions of violence, racist undertones, and references to sundown towns. Aldean denied that his song was pro-lynching in his lengthy Tuesday statement, saying there wasn't a single lyric in the song that references race. Instead, he said the song is about the feeling of a community that I had growing up. Aldean grew up in Macon, Georgia, the state's third largest city with over 150,000 residents. Well, here's the thing. Your song may not have had words in it referencing lynching, but we were able to decipher what you were saying in the lyrics, and it was still coming off as anti-black. And you shot it in front of a courthouse where a black man was lynched back in 1927. So, imagery or not, lyrics be damned, the fact of the matter is you consciously decide, or unconsciously, I don't know, but I'm gonna say consciously, decided to shoot that video there. And those lyrics speak heavy volumes. Stark told Insider that even if Aldean did not intend the racist undertones, the video and song still include coded language used to stereotype black people. On the surface level, most people would not say racism is present because it mentions nothing about race specifically. And I'm here to educate people on how figurative language and imagery are used historically in literary works of art, which I believe music can uphold racist messaging, Stark said. The music video was later pulled from being played on country music television. The company has not made a public statement, and a spokesperson declined to comment to NPR. Representatives for Aldine and director Sean Silva, who has directed country music videos for stars like Carrie Underwood and Luke Bryan, did not immediately respond to Insider's request for comment. So kudos to Destiny Stark over on TikTok for actually finding out that information. And you know, it's unfortunate that she's getting hit by and hammered by all those trolls over there, but it goes with the territory. But all you have to say is look at the response that people are receiving when they speak out against this, because again, PC and that ilk over there, they need to have something to hold on to. Like TBA said, this is like the new alt-right anthem. They needed something to help kick this off. One thing interesting that he brought up that's come out of this is now that they feel emboldened, the black conservatives or the black conservatives, you're on borrowed time. Because now that a lot of them feel emboldened and have something that they can lean into, even with this song, your services are about to be no longer needed. So I guess that's one slightly good thing that'll come out of this, but hopefully it can happen sooner rather than much later. But yeah, like I said, it's very interesting. Like when you look hard enough, it'll be amazing what you can find. And that took some very good research on her part to actually do. So she had to probably watch that video a few times just to find all of that out, because as far as I'm concerned, she's the only person that was able to gather that these videos and these images were the ones that weren't in America, were not part of America or society, and they're old. It's not like these are videos and clips from like last year or within the last 5 years. These are 10 and 13-year-old videos and imagery that he pulled for this video to put in this video that wasn't even in the States. And that's one thing if you would have pulled something that happened here in America, but you pull imagery from other places that has nothing to do with what your song is trying to convey. And we were supposed to just, well, not we, because I know I didn't. They just sat there and ate it up. So, and again, these are the same people that love to say that they're all about truth and facts. Well, if this is their truth and facts, I'm scared to even ask or wonder what their lies are.